Hi everyone. I thought it'd be a good idea to show people who have a tax dispute with HMRC how you can apply for ADR online. It's quite a simple process. It's easy to find. So if we just search up alternative dispute resolution, HMRC, because it's a process that's applicable in all disputes. And then you go to the ADR page, which takes you to the government page online, and it tells you, gives you guidance how it works, what ADR can be used for, when you can apply, and so on. And this is the link that you want to the online form. And this is the start of the form. So would you like to continue your form or start again? Because I did one previously, let's start again. Did HMRC issue a decision giving you a right to appeal? Yeah, well, let's say no on this one, otherwise it gets a bit more complicated. But if I had said yes, I would have to confirm the statement that I've submitted a tribunal appeal at the same time, because that's the only way we can proceed. But to make it less complicated, we'll say no for this video. So you can apply for alternative dispute resolution. Goes on. So now it wants my details because I'm the person who's been filling this form. And that's my name. My address is there. You put this, put the address on in. And are you authorized to fill in this form? You must be the individual taxpayer, the authorized helper and authorized agent. So yes, I am. And this is the email protocol, which is good because it gives permission for HMRC to contact you via email, and you want that. Yes, I want to use email. Why are you applying to resolve a dispute with HMRC? In this case, I would say I'm an individual. If it was a company, I would say I'm part of an organization and I want to resolve business tax issues. I'm an agent acting on behalf of an organization or an individual. Or the fourth option, I'm helping a friend or relative resolve personal tax issues. I've never actually used the fourth one. Normally it's always been this. In my case, I'm an agent acting on behalf of an organization or an individual. So are you looking to resolve an individual tax or business? So let's do individual tax for today. And then it'll be the person on or the client or that you'll be then this would be the individual's contact, the actual person who is submitting this application, because they need to know who to contact. And in this case, it's me. My address is and details have been put down. Select an HMRC reference, so it could be the actual inquiry reference of the VAT reference, unique UTR, employer pay as you earn reference, or any other reference, or I don't have a reference. Normally it's case flow, so we can put inquiry and it starts like normally CFS or something. It's all made up, so the details here are none of the details are genuine apart from mine. And so we've got the agent's business name, which is again the actual company, Tax Resolute, who's the agent in this respect, and my own reference, which would be, just made that up, don't take it seriously, Mr. Fruit Basket. What type of decision are you disputing? In this case, it can be income tax, VAT, penalty. If it's everything, if it's including penalties, just put the main tax, and you can put in the grounds of dispute if there's any penalties that needs to be included. This is just so they know, who to allocate to the tax dispute. It gives them an idea. Do you know how much tax or penalty you are disputing? And for this case, well, let's just put £100,000. continue. Do you know your HMRC caseworkers details? For this case, we'll just put Mr. Blue. It's not necessary, but obviously they do need a phone number because the ADR mediator has to contact the caseworker. So that would be useful. Normally they can find out if they've got the full name and the office details. They can actually look up in their own directory and find the number, but it makes it be easier. So what is your dispute about? Include the period of tax year and a little background to help mediators understand your dispute if your application is successful, and we will ask you for more details later. So this is just a brief background to the dispute, and you want to be able to highlight where the grey areas are in your dispute, because they need to know how ADR, how the mediators can add value and reach a resolution, hopefully, on the case. So there needs to be, it needs to be briefly outlined. You don't need to write, you know, War and Peace on this. So I'll just do a very, very brief couple of lines. So I will say there was a compliance check where HMRC determined there was an income tax. There was an income tax liability of, but HMRC has not considered fully the evidence and documents we have provided on behalf of the client, something like that. And it provide and documents. So this bit is the most important bit, and you need to take care of how you put this across, the grounds for the dispute and why ADR should be involved, because on the basis of this they could reject the application. Of course they will discuss it with you before they reject it, but this is where the time and care should be taken. So let's continue. And then you've got the you read these principles. So this is the ground rules for ADR. You and your client understands that the mediator has responsibility for the ADR process. You and HMRC share the responsibility for deciding the tax outcomes, which just means that the decision makers as your client and HMRC are the ones who can sign off on the decision, make the actual decision on the agreement, sign off the agreement at the end of the day. So you and your client must be available within 90 days for a meeting, and this may last a full day. So all the ground rules are there. So if the mediator asks for more information, you will provide this within 15 days. So this is the outline. This used to be a separate process actually, but since they've incorporated it here on the online form, I think it's made life a lot more easier and less bureaucracy and admin to do. So it's good. They put the email protocol, which also used to be a separate process, and the ground rules, which is good. And this is what it looks like. It will come up as a PDF form. You can save it as a PDF form, but I'm not going to submit it because obviously it's not a genuine application, and I'm sure they will be quite puzzled if I did. So when you would save a copy, obviously, and for your own reference, and then this would be submitted to the team. So there will be an administrator on the other side. The system also acknowledges your application more or less straight away within a couple of hours, at least. At the most a couple of hours, no more than that, because there's an email acknowledgement that comes through on your email address, which is good as well. So this is how you would submit an ADR application online. You can see it's quite simple, a simple process that is quite easy to follow. Obviously there is some areas, just this bit here, what is your dispute about, which is the most important thing out of the whole form that you need to consider carefully. But it's not a difficult process overall. I hope this video has helped you. Thank you very much.